So you're thinking about buying or selling in the greater Chattanooga and Cleveland area. And you might be wondering, which city is going to be the best for me? So both Cleveland and Chattanooga have their charm, but they couldn't be more different when it comes to things like property taxes, job opportunities, and even internet speeds. But stay tuned, because at the end of this video, I'm also going to share something really cool about both of these cities that you might not expect, and maybe it'll even sway your decision. So let's dive in. Let's start with something that hits everyone's wallet: property taxes. Tennessee is already a tax-friendly state where you don't have to pay income taxes at the federal level, and both Cleveland and Chattanooga reflect that. But there are some key differences. In Cleveland, located in Bradley County, the property tax rate is lower than Chattanooga's Hamilton County. So this means that for a $250,000 home, you might save around $300 or more annually in property taxes. Now, while that might not seem like a huge difference, over the years, it definitely adds up, and especially for first-time home buyers who might be on a tighter budget. And you want a real-life example? Let's say you want to have a house that is within a 15-minute drive from an acute care hospital, within 15 minutes from some really cool restaurants, and also close to, say, a movie theater. Now, we've got a $250,000 home built in 1945 here in Chattanooga, and its annual taxes are $1,350. This has a third of an acre lot, meets all the criteria above for being close to stuff. And then Cleveland, we have a $240,000 home built in 1954 with similar square footage, also on a third of an acre lot. That's also close to that same kind of stuff, and its annual taxes are just over $1,000. And however, Chattanooga's slightly higher taxes do come with some perks, like better public transportation options and more funding for city amenities, which we'll talk about later. So if you're deciding between the two, consider how those tax dollars are going to be put to use. Now, let's talk about the internet. And yes, this could be a huge deal breaker for some of you remote workers or Netflix enthusiasts. Chattanooga is known as Gig City because its public utility, EPB fiber optics, offers some of the fastest internet speeds in the world. We're talking about gigabit speeds starting at about $60 a month, all the way up to 25 gigabit speeds. And the service is extraordinarily reliable. It's really a tech lover's dream, and it's a huge reason that we've seen so many people coming here for remote work. Cleveland, on the other hand, has more private providers like Spectrum and AT&T, though we do have internet as a public utility getting installed around the city right now. But they just can't match the speed and affordability or community-oriented model that EPB has to offer right now. So if your work or lifestyle depends on ultra-fast internet, whether it be for gaming or for work, Chattanooga is probably going to take the win here. But if you're someone who needs just some basic connectivity, Cleveland's options are probably going to be just fine. So are you hoping to ditch the car and rely on public transportation? Let's check out how these two cities stack up. Chattanooga's CARTA system provides bus routes across the city and even a free electric shuttle downtown. It's a great option if you're looking to save on some gas or just want a cleaner, more efficient way to navigate the city. Cleveland, by contrast, is definitely more car dependent. Public transportation is limited, and most residents are going to rely on their own vehicles to get around, as the Cleveland Urban Area Transportation System only operates on weekdays from 6 a.m. to 6:30. Now, if you're coming from a large metro area like Boston or Washington, D.C., don't expect to be wowed by the public transportation system here. It's not an extensive system like those larger metro areas have. This makes Chattanooga a better option for those who value mobility without a car, but Cleveland's smaller size also means a lot less traffic. So it's all about what matters most to you. Next up is education. So if you're moving with kids or just want to make an informed decision, this is going to be a big one. Chattanooga offers a great mix of public and private schools with some standout options like STEM-focused magnet schools. Cleveland also has great schools and is home to Lee University, a private Christian institution known for its really strong liberal arts programs. You can check out school ratings and reviews on greatschools.org or niche.com to see which fits your family's needs. There are also tons of Facebook groups that you can ask about different schools in the area directly from other parents. Now, I'm not trying to shy away from saying that this school is better than that school and don't even think about going here. I'm just following fair housing guidelines, then sticking with what I'm an expert at, which is real estate. Now, both cities offer opportunities for higher education, so whether you're raising future scholars or you just might want to attend some classes yourself, you're going to be covered. Just remember, the commute could be a deciding factor depending on where you live. All right, let's talk about jobs. After all, where you live often depends on where you work. Chattanooga's job market is diverse, with major employers like Volkswagen, Amazon, and Unum, Blue Cross Blue Shield, all leading the way. Cleveland leans a bit more heavily on manufacturing, with big names like Whirlpool, Duracell, and my personal favorite, Mars Chocolate, calling Cleveland home. Average salaries are going to reflect this divide, with Chattanooga offering more tech and healthcare positions that just tend to pay higher. Both are going to have opportunities in the hospitality industry, with Chattanooga being a little bit more on the trendy side of things and Cleveland offering up that down-home charm. So if you're looking for a career in tech or want a variety of opportunities, Chattanooga might be the place for you. But if manufacturing and a smaller town feel is your vibe, Cleveland is really going to deliver on that. Now, let's talk about projected housing demands for these two cities. Recently, studies show a pretty significant anticipated demand for new homes in Chattanooga and Hamilton County in general. And over the next 20 years, there is an expected need for approximately 46,000 new housing units just to accommodate the population growth and economic development in the area. And over the past decade, from 2014 to 2024, Cleveland has experienced significant home appreciation rates, with real estate values increasing by approximately 120%. Now, this growth shows that there is a strong demand for housing, spurring the multitude of new subdivision developments that we've been seeing to meet buyer interest. Now, I know you've been waiting. Here are those couple of things that you might not know about the area. Chattanooga was the first city in the country to launch an internet service as a public utility, and it really has been a game changer for attracting tech companies and remote workers. It was first introduced in 2010 and continues to lead the country in speeds offered to its citizens. And now Cleveland also has a pretty cool secret too, where it is just a stone's throw away from some of the best whitewater rafting in the entire country on the Ocoee River. It's the perfect spot for outdoor adventurers. Now, let me know in the comments if you happen to know what year we played host to the Summer Olympics here in the river. Now, at the end of the day, the choice between Cleveland and Chattanooga is really going to depend on what matters most to you. Are you looking for urban convenience or that small town charm? Both offer access to modern amenities and some really extraordinary natural wonders, but either way, I would love to help you find your perfect home. So let's have a chat about your goals. Go ahead and click in that description, that link there, and we can hop on a Zoom call together to talk about exactly what you're looking for in a new home. And until then, happy exploring.